that I go live again today. And today we're going to be making turkey pot pies. So I've already got all of my pie crusts rolled out for the base. I'll have to roll out the other side. But first of all, we're going to be prepping the rest of the goodies. Grab an onion. You can't have turkey pot pie without some onion in it. And I love cooking. I cook a lot. And one of the things that I really like doing, especially when I'm making from scratch, is I'll keep a bag of like leftover carrots, and I've got mushroom ends, and I might throw some more mushrooms in there. I also throw the any fat from steak in there, anything like that. But before I get started, I was going to just do this and listen to disco music all morning, but somebody wanted to watch me. Today I am drinking some tequila. I always like the silver kind. And so today I've got Olmeca Altos. So if you guys are drinking, you can drink along with me if you're 21 and over, or actually whatever you do in your own home. I can never see the chat, so whatever. All right, let's take a tequila shot. It's my first one of the day, so Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Woo! That'll get you woken up. Okay. So in my my turkey pot pies, I have turkey that I had from Thanksgiving. I froze it. So we're going to be using that. I like to get these and keep them in the freezer. This is a broccoli Normandy. So it has cauliflower, carrots, and broccoli in it. I have mushrooms, which I'll be sauteing, celery, and we'll be chopping up an onion to throw in there. And then we'll make a nice beef stock, or I don't have turkey stock, but we'll be using. Hello, Marley. Welcome. But for the broth seasoning, I'm just going to throw some of this chicken pollo in there. And I have a poblano that I'm also going to be throwing in to my little mix. Now, I don't ever keep the peppers for my stock. What I do is I will keep this frozen until I get a certain amount, and then I'll make a large amount of whatever the stock is. So if it's chicken based, if it's turkey based, I'll just make a huge broth of it, and then I'll pressure can it so that I can have it for later. But I have a glove on just in the event that this is a spicy poblano, because sometimes they can too. We don't need no Christmas surprises. So Merry Christmas, everybody. How was your Christmases? I love cooking too. I wish I could pan down and show you guys what I'm up to. But I don't have my fancy phone. I got tequila. That's hopefully good. Hopefully this is entertaining for you guys. All right. just like any classic mirepoix, I can't remember the name of it when you put onions, peppers, and celery together. But we're making a really nice rich base with, oh my gosh, it just juiced at me. It's okay. Tequila will save the day. So right now I'm just cutting my poblano up into little bite-sized pieces, and I'm using up whatever I have left in my fridge from all of my tamale making. I made, oh gosh, I think 30 dozen tamales this year, which is quite a bit. Or, yeah, is that right? I know I just did a round of 17. So yeah, it was a lot. Sorry if it's really loud and you guys can hear all the things. Whoop. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? All right. Now, because I'm putting them into a muffin tin, so this is covered. I like to use, this is a neutral oil. It's avocado spray oil. Avocado oil spray. It's a nice neutral oil, so I'll go in there and clean that up. The mushrooms, you guys have to see this one. I laughed. It's got cheeks. It's caked up. I had to laugh. It was so funny. It was like, oh, that one's sending a message. Yeah, as I was saying, if I wasn't live streaming this, I would be listening to disco music right now, dancing, drinking tequila shots, and making these, which I will likely do after I'm done. What are you guys drinking? Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas indeed. Now, the cool thing about this, and I don't really follow any recipes. I just follow my heart when I cook. I've been cooking since I was, gosh, I think I was 7 or 8, whatever first grade, second grade is. And I was making cookies and I burnt my hand. But it didn't stop me. Maybe I don't want that one. We'll put it into the, it's going to be made into stew broth pile. Let's see what people want. Take a shot. Take a shot. Okay, I'll take a shot. I'll take another shot. What are you guys drinking? I made this determination that for 2026, my drink of choice is going to be champagne. And so on New Year's Eve, I'm going to be drinking champagne, and I'm going to stock my house with just champagne. And anytime I drink, I'm not going to say anytime, but most of the time when I drink, it's going to be champagne. That's 2026 for me. That's my gift to myself. All right. We're cutting up the cheek mushroom. Eat more cheeks, get more cheeks. That's what they say, right? That's how the saying goes. Or if you're not drinking right now, what are you up to? I also just chop the ends off of the onions, and I'll throw this whole piece into my broth base, just to have a really nice flavorful base. All of it is going to get thrown out into the garbage, so I have no qualms about what I'm keeping in there. It's just anything that looks imperfect, anything that's close to expiring that I wouldn't necessarily eat. Now I could chop up garlic, but I love this brand. Not sponsored. This brand is called Garlic Lovers Garlic. Okay, so it has garlic oil, parsley, and other herbs in it. But just so you can see, it's just dry, dehydrated garlic with garlic oil and some seasonings in it, and it's very garlicky and pungent. So anybody that's a garlic lover, this is something that is made in Oregon, but it is so good. I always have this on the shelf. One of this jar here, 12.5 ounces, is gonna run me $14, but I keep it on the shelf all year long. Like, I probably should have one in backup. All right, take a shot. I got my friend gave this to me during solstice, funny enough. So it's solstice time right now. We should, can't remember. Right. Right, left. Pouring my silver tequila. Grab my little lime. Woo. Okay. Now, I also have peas. I keep peas in the freezer. These are from Trader Joe's, the organic peas, frozen. But I like to warm them up a little bit. Let's see what the people are saying. Just coffee for me. You know, Jack Daniel's Jello shots do sound pretty good right now. That is wild. Yeah, them thick mushrooms. You're drinking rum? It's the Puerto Rican in you. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Pour another one. At a certain point, I forget how many I have had. But it's Christmas. And yes, I did dress up for Christmas. I dress up every day, but I hope Kindred comes on. She's the one that requested me to do a live. The tequila's kicking in. That's happening. Unhinged. Okay, I'm throwing half an onion in here, and any extra filling I'll probably just throw into the freezer, and maybe or maybe later on I'll make a bigger pie and throw it in the freezer. That way, I'm not crying, you're crying. That way I could probably serve it for dinner one night. Really quick dinner, just thaw and bake in the oven. I am the queen of doing everything freezer vacuum sealed. I adore it. Okay, so you can see when I cut up I have huge chunks of this bird that I got. So I'm just gonna chop it up into smaller bites because we're making mini pies for this first go round. So I just want them to be little bite-sized pieces, not these huge chunks that I saved. Let's see what the people are saying. The tequila, if my cheeks start getting rosy, it's because, isn't that cute, a shot glass? It really is. I'm still drinking coffee. I always have like 3 drinks. So I got this cute cauldron glass for, it says pick your poison, but it's got coffee in there. And I also have my water. Anyways, yeah, champagne. All right, I'm gonna get started on sauteing these, and I'll probably put this in a bigger stock pot to cook it all the way. This I've had for many, many years. I actually took it from my mom. She found it at a thrift store, and it's really funny. You can see there's like this little stag looking thing that got burnt in the bottom from an oil, like somebody put oil in it that was while it was really, really hot. Let's see. Does sound good. Jack Daniel's Jello shots. You guys, I don't even know if you can see it. Calm down. Let's see if I can even reach it, because I'm so short. Oh, that's on the left side. I have Jack Daniels I didn't even know I had. What kind is it? Oh. Applejack. I didn't even know I had all this liquor up in here. Not serious. I'm not even kidding. But maybe you would like this, Mike. Toasted coconut rum. My brother got that for me last year for Christmas. Still haven't opened it. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. Now, I love butter. So I'm going to be using a huge, it's about 2 tablespoons of butter to saute with my ginormous, this is onion, mushroom, poblano, and celery. So it's going to smell really good. Just going to melt my butter a little bit. Got my trusty wooden spoon. I've had this for years, you can tell. It's got a little line on it. A little bird line. I don't even know where it came from. And I cooked steak in this. So I made some flat iron steak bites the other night. So it still has a little bit of steak leavings from that night. We're just going to repurpose it. Are you allowed to sing on YouTube or no? I was watching a podcast and they were saying that if you sing on YouTube like an actual song, that you'll get copyright. Like if I didn't have any music or anything to go with it. What's the rules? Does anybody know? Is there anybody out there? Does anybody know? Does your mother know? Does your mother know? See, I would be blasting ABBA right now. Got flour all over me. My fancy dress. Want butter too, okay. Those shrooms ain't the only one caked up, Christine. Am I caked up? Probably. I know, one of the few times you get to see me in the wilderness. There's nothing better than the smell of onions. There you go. See my spice rack. I love my spices. There's nothing better than the smell of onions and mushrooms sauteing in butter. Well, I'm sure there's better things, but it's one of my favorite things about cooking is that smell. I don't know, it just reminds me of being a kid. And my mom would she would cut up potatoes and then saute them with sausages, apples, and onions and mushrooms in her cast iron pan. And that's what we would have for breakfast. And I remember that is so good. Alright, so I'm just chopping up my turkeys into little bite-sized pieces, just finishing it up. So this is all breast meat, but you can use any part of the turkey. You don't even have to use turkey. You can use chicken. Like if you have a leftover rotisserie, you could use that. You can make beef pot pies. You can make lamb pot pies if you're eating a lot of lamb. Just whatever meat you have that's ready to be cooked up into something delicious. You can even do ground beef if you wanted to. I think a couple years ago there's a French, not mincemeat, but it's a French beef pie. Okay. Now that this is cooked down a little, take another shot. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Now this is cooked down a little bit further. I'm going to add a little bit more butter and then also sprinkle some of this amazing garlic yum yum in there. There we go. Can you see me? Okay. I'll take another shot in a second. Just let me check my meat here. Could you imagine being with me in this kitchen right now? Probably shouldn't be live streaming. This one goes out for you, Kindred. Angel. I love my followers. Even if I lost my phone, I can't figure out how to use YouTube. Just looking at the meat chunks, you know? I have to tell you guys a funny story. So I'm a part of the employee engagement committee at work. And we do fun things. I'll have to show you. I'll have to download the picture and like maybe put it up. But I made this really amazing grazing table. And while we were sitting and planning, you know, our little things that we're doing to get the people together, get the people mingling, I started talking about, so my favorite donut, I don't know what your favorite donut is. Put your favorite donut down. Britney Spearsing right now. Put your favorite donut down in the comments. But mine is a Bismarck or Boston cream pie. And there's this grocery store locally that makes really good Bismarcks or Boston cream pie, however you want to call it. Basically, it's a donut, it's filled donut with vanilla pudding, and then it has chocolate icing. And they make it amazing. Jelly donut, yeah. Well, this pudding filled donut is, I think, way better than jelly donut. You do, you boo. Anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm like talking about it. And I'm describing it. I feel like Randy Marsh when he was making those calls. You guys know what I'm talking about? That South Park episode where he was making calls to that hotline that was talking about sauteing food or whatever. So I'm sitting there, I'm describing it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm Randy Marsh right now. Okay, so now you can see this is cooking down a lot further. So it's going to be really, really rich. This is going to add a lot of umami. I haven't added any salt yet. This is unsalted butter. I haven't added any salt yet. That's all going to be in my final pièce de résistance. Okay? So since I still have my gloves on, I'm just going to come in and really get the sides here because I'm actually putting real dough in each of these guys. And if you're wondering, does she really cook like this all the time? Yes. 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 She does. And we're just going to get rid of some of the excess. So avocado is a nice neutral oil, so it's really nice to have for non-stick surfaces like this. I just wanted to get rid of the excess, right? Now, before I take another shot, I'm going to fill my guys here. First and foremost, preheat the oven. Make sure there's nothing in it. So I have this this little it's for crumpets. It's a crumpet size. I use them for English muffins when I'm making English muffins. But I made my dough last night in my food processor. So it's going to look like this. And I'm just going to plop it in to each one of these and cup it down like that. Now, I know that there's some edges here that are not going to be filled in, but I'm going to do another one of these and we're going to put it right on top of that. So it's going to be okay. Life's going to be fine. Everything's fine. Okay. I think this is done. So that's what this guy looks like. I'm considering this done. Everything is cooked down. It's softened. And that's what we're looking for. We just want that softened look. And these have been sitting out for a while, but I'm going to chop those up as well. And then we've got our peas. That will pop in once we get the gravy going. So we'll have a little bit of a gravy in there. All right. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, you can sing. Thanks, Ellis. Ellis or Eli? I wonder if you're Elizabeth. Woo. Hermosa. Another shot. What does that say? Taringa. Me gustiera ser gringo. Sos hermosa. I don't know what that means. You look so beautiful, glowing. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Debbie. And Merry Christmas to the McKinneys. I'm also glowing because I've been drinking a little bit of, I've had a couple tequila shots. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hallelujah. All right. So I'm using a crumpet. This is probably the best one for these, but that's what we're rolling with here. So I'm going to grab some more. Because what we're going to want to do is, I don't even know if I can, I wish I had an island I can move and just put it here so you guys can see. We'll just be working from the side here. Please say Merry Christmas to all of the fam, Debbie. Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Now, you don't have to use pie crust. You can use puff pastries. A lot of people, in fact, I think that's the preferred method. Hermosa is beautiful. He would like to be white. Guestario said gringo, he would like to be white. Can I ask you something? Do you have maps? You look beautiful. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful. Do you have a map? Do you have a maps? Explain yourself, AILAC. I don't know what you are. Are you a human? So you can see I'm just popping these in here, and we're going to pre-bake these before we throw any sauce in there. But we'll make the sauce in a second, but I want to get this prepped first. Oh, I thought I counted. All right. Well, I made 11. Okay. So you can see, just popping them in here and then forming them as best as I can. Okay, so that they're all together. And I'm going to pre-bake these just so that they harden up a little bit so that they don't soak in all of the juices. Okay. Now, I'm a kitchen princess. I have so many of these scissors in my my kitchen. But I'm just going to take these because they're kind of big chunks when they come out. And I like this brand because it is non-GMO. But they do come in huge chunks. So I'm just going to chop these down a little bit. So they're little bite-sized pieces. I don't even have to use the whole thing if I don't want to. We'll see what it looks like when I pop it in to the pot. And we're just going to throw that in with our guy here, our turkey, because it's all going to just go into the same pot. And then any big chunks that I see, I'm just going to chop them down. Because these won't cook down too much. So you want to get these to be pretty bite-sized pieces as well. Then we'll take another shot. What are you guys drinking? Rum? Okay. Maybe coffee? Drinking coffee. I'm using a little bag. Let's read some comments. You look beautiful, beautiful. Because I'm lost in your eyes. You're funny. Merry Christmas. What are you guys drinking in the chat? Yeah, what's you drinking in the chat? Even if it's non-alcoholic, I'm drinking tequila. This is Olmeca Altos. I always drink silver tequila. It's my drink of choice lately. I found a partially drank bottle of Patron up in my liquor cabinet. So I drank all that a couple weeks ago. And then I got this Palo Altos because it looked interesting. Or the Olmeca Altos, not Palo Altos. I've never been out of the country, and I'm looking at Mexican destinations. Where should I go? And yes, it's not even midnight, or it's not even noon right now. I think it's like maybe 11? It's like 40. I think I started around 10, so it's almost 11 here. But it's Christmas, so you can do whatever you want. All right. And then finally, I'm going to take my little guys. So now we have this modest bowl of vegetables with turkey in it, okay? And my oven is preheating. And I'm going to grab my second. So this is what it looks like. So last night I made some pie dough. And so in my many travels, I went to a Buc-ee's and I bought one of these books. I don't even know which Buc-ee's it was. I think it was somewhere in Texas. But so I bought this Southern Baked book. And this lady, this is my most used recipe, is her pie recipe. Look at those. How can you go wrong? Like, that looks so good. What is it called? Amanda Dalton Wilbanks. But she makes this Southern Baked pie dough, or she has this recipe for it. So you can see here's her little thing. I like to keep them a little bit flatter because it makes my life a little easier. But I made these last night. And then her Southern pie baked dough. So for one, it's 8 tablespoons or 1 stick of unsalted butter. Okay, so one of these. This is unsalted butter. And ours looks like this in the West. I know some of them are like longer. Ours are not. 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of sugar, and then a 1/4 cup of water. And it's best if all of these are very cold, so keeping them in the fridge will keep them nice and cold. But yeah, so I made 2 of these to make this recipe. Okay. Now our oven is done preheating. And so I'm just going to pop these in for a little bit. Well, I'm going to make it. This is all the leftover dough that I had, so I'm just going to make a really quick one more out of these guys. I don't like to mess with dough too much because it takes away the crispiness. I use butter. You can use Crisco if you want. A lot of people do. Use Crisco. Okay, so we're going to pop these in. Let's say for 5 minutes. Okay, so those will kind of get cooked up a little bit. Keep that. All right, now let's make our base. So the first thing I do when I'm making a base is you're going to want equal parts fat. So whatever fat you're using, you can use tallow, you can use bear grease, you can use butter. It's my preferred. You can use ghee. Anything that's going to give you a nice, good base. If you're, if you're dairy intolerant, using butter is an idea. So using ghee is okay. You can also use oils if you want, but my preferred method is always butter. So I'm going to throw that into my pan here. Okay, that's hot. And then I just have all-purpose flour. Now I'm going to melt this first and foremost. I didn't realize how hot that was. So that's like 3.5 tablespoons. I threw in there. I took it off of the burner to kind of keep it going. You can see it's kind of toasting up a little bit. I don't know if you can really see. Okay. And I'm going to melt it all the way. So since the pan is already hot, I'm just going to let it neutrally cool off the burner because we don't want to toast the butter. Now, if you're making a browned butter something, like a brown butter chocolate chip cookie, then you would want to keep it cooking until it did get some there's like little brown bits that start to accumulate in the butter that give that richness. And I actually have a recipe. Let me see where I got it from. By Millie Peartree from October 11, 2023 for brown butter chocolate chip cookies. And these turned out really amazing. So if you want to do that. Okay, so now my butter is completely, you can see some of it there. It's completely melted. Now I'm going to take this and we're going to use 1-to-1 ratio. So I kind of eyeball it, but if you need to measure it, definitely measure it so that you get the appropriate ratio. But I just kind of sprinkle this in, all right? And then I take my wooden spoon and I'm just going to make a roux with it, okay? And we're going to want to heat it up. So I'm going to put it on the burner. It's on kind of a medium low right now. And I'm going to eyeball it a little bit, but just so you guys can see what it looks like. So that's, to me, a little bit runny. I'm going to add a little bit more until I get the proper ratio. And it's going to look a little chunky. We don't want it to be runny. We want it to look slightly chunky, and that's how you make a roux. Now, if you're making gravy, this is also how you would start. This is how I would start my gravy, is to get it to a really nice consistency. And you can see how it's starting to cook up a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit more. And really get my roux nice and thick, because I want this to be thick when it goes into my little baby pies, which we've got, a little bit of seconds here. And I'll take another shot in a second. Okay. Now I'm smelling it. It's starting to smell nice and flavorful. Now you can see how it's not, just running all over the outside. Like, this is starting to toast up a little bit. So I'm going to take it off of the burner. And I'm going to pop my little guys out here and see how they're doing. Okay, so that's what they look like. All right. Little guy away from it. So you can see they're starting to puff up quite a bit. All right. And I might even want to throw them in for a little bit longer. Let me check them. Yeah, they're a little soft. I'm going to throw them in just for a little bit longer. And in the meanwhile, let's finish up our... Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit of milk into my gravy. Basically what we're making is a gravy. Okay. Now we don't have any salt added in here yet. This is just butter, unsalted butter and flour. And so now the next step that we're going to want to do and I may even I'm going to do half. I'm going to start with half. So I added about a half cup of milk. And then about a half cup of water. And now I'm going to take my whisk and I'm just going to whisk this together until it thickens up. Okay, that flour is going to be your thickener. So I'm just going to want to test the waters and see, okay, how thick does it get once I put that much in? Because you can always add more, but you can't take away. That's one of the rules of cooking. Okay, so this is nice and thick. And now I'm going to slowly add, as you can see, as I'm making my roux, I'm going to slowly add until I get the appropriate consistency that I want in my pies. So you add a little water, mix it up a little bit. It's still pretty thick. It's starting to get a little bit more to where I want it to be. I haven't added any seasonings yet. I'm going to wait until I get appropriate consistency that I like. And I have this on a medium-low because I don't want it popping and bubbling in my face. And I'll read the chat in a second once I get this to the right. Okay, so now that's starting to feel a lot better. Like, it's not super thick. I want it to get to bubbling. That's the boiling point. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbling. Yeah, you can see it. It's starting to like sparkle. Okay. I turned it up a little bit. Okay, so that feels way better to me. Now I'm going to take my seasoning, whatever seasoning you're using. So I used water. Instead of water, you can use any stock that you're using that kind of matches what meat you're putting in. But I'm going to add this chicken pollo seasoning, which is one of my favorite seasonings to make for taco meat. My son loves chicken taco meat, and I make it quite a bit, and it's just my cheat sheet. Okay, so it's going to add a little bit of salt in there. And then it's going to start to turn it a really pretty color of yellow, which is what we really want. So the seasoning that I get, you know, it has salt in it. It has a lot of other seasonings in it. And I'm going to give it a final taste test once I'm done to see, like, okay, is that the seasoning that I like? All right. Now I'm going to put this down to low so it's not popping and bubbling. And I'm going to just add half of my mixture that I made sauteing earlier with the mushrooms, onions, poblanos that were in it. Okay. And then these are all cooked. This is all cooked. We want all of our ingredients cooked when we're making this. So I'm just going to take this and do about half of the bowl because I kind of made a lot. Okay, so it's about half. And now, you can see, there we go. And now I'm just going to mix this all together and make sure that my consistency is good. And then cook it up a little bit. Okay, that's a huge chunk. We're going to chop it down some. Flying by the seat of my pants. No big deal. I've made hollandaise on a live stream, so I can handle this. Okay. Now this is looking really thick. You can kind of hear or maybe even see how thick it is, and I'm just gonna lighten it up a little bit. That was probably about an 1/8 cup or maybe 2 tablespoons of water. And I just wanted to kind of loosen up a little bit so that we have a nice consistency. We don't want it to be too much. It's very Mexican flavored. Let's see what the people are saying. Can I have your contact? No, you can't, but you can contact me here. Hello, Mike Kramer. Good to see you. Merry Christmas, Queen of Eagles. Good to see you. Ryan Bradley. Happy, well, it was sunny. It's very sunny here, so happy Oregon sunny morning. Made scalloped and twice baked potatoes last night. That sounds amazing. I made steak bites the other day. You making a shepherd's pie? No, I'm making just turkey. I'm making little mini turkey pot pies. Okay, so now we can see, well, maybe that's not cool enough for me to touch yet, but almost. You can kind of see a little bit around the edges here that they are, cooking up really nice. Very flaky already. And before I throw this in, I'm going to want to taste it. But first and foremost, I'm going to add a little bit of, I have some white and black pepper mixed. You guys, this is going to be amazing. It's already amazing. And I have this ghost pepper hot sauce that I'm just going to add a few dollops in just to kind of give it a little bit of kick. Okay. And then maybe just a little bit of salt in there as well. Okay. I'm just going to mix this up. Remember, we already put a lot of salt in with the pollo seasoning, or chicken pollo seasoning. If you have children, this is definitely a must-have in the house. At least for me, anyways. So you can see that really nice texture and consistency now. It's It's going to be really great. It's not too watery, which is a problem that a lot of people mistake people make when they're making these kind of things. I didn't even use all of my ingredients, so I can make another batch of this, which I probably will, and then I'll can it into little pint jars so that I can make a pot pie really quick in the future, and I can just have it shelf stable. Okay. So I got my clean spoon. I'm just going to give it a nice little taste test to see. Okay. That ghost pepper hot sauce is coming through. Very good. Not too spicy, but it added a touch of deliciousness to the dish. Okay, so I'm satisfied with this. You guys kind of mess around. Always add little bits at a time. Don't if you're going to be doing this on the fly like I do, don't add a bunch of stuff to the max amount. Just add little bits at a time and then taste it over. That's how you become a good cook. See, I didn't even use all my water. I just added little bits of water at a time until I got to the consistency that I thought was good. Okay? Let's see what the people are saying. And then we'll take another tequila shot. Wooden spoons. Oh, where it's at? Yeah. You looking fine today, miss? Yeah, it's Christmas. What is this culinary conjuration? It's turkey. I'm making mini turkey pot pies. We thought about live streaming today. Merry Christmas to you. You should, but message me so that I know. I have Messenger. I lost my phone, Debbie. So I've been a little out of the loop of what's going on. All right. But if you're drinking, let's drink together. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? Looks super. I love the salt over the shoulder. Yeah. Have a solid day. I'm off to the crypt for some shut-eye. Yeah, you go get some sleep. Meanwhile, I'm not sleeping, drinking some silver tequila. Oh, I put my salt away. Hopefully, I'm not a hot mess. All right. Prepare. Cheers. Woo! All right, that's some good stuff there. All right. So, let's see if I can move y'all. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good shot. That's fine. Oh. You can see. All right. This is my favorite way. There's usually the one that has the roller and then the handles. I don't like those ones because food gets in it. So I just like the stick one, my preferred way. Okay. Now this is all the leftover dough that I had from before, and I can still use it. So I'm just gonna throw it. My great thrift store find. This was only $25. I think we paid $21. This is a KitchenAid food processor. It basically looked brand new. We paid $25 for it, like I said, or $21. And it's a $200. You can't even get it in this color anymore. It's a $200 machine. So I was really pumped about that. see what the people are saying. Live chat. So good night, Ryan Bradley. Diablo, no invited. I made chicharrones. Oh, come on over with your chicharrones. Haven't drank in 6 years. Still remember the tequila taste. Mezcal way better. Well, you can beat somebody up with your roller. Yeah, probably. Nobody's coming to get me though. Okay. So I have my crumpet cutter, and I'm just going to, lightly dust my workspace and then dust my roller. And then I'm just going to take my little chunker here, my pie crust I made last night. You need to make it and then let it sit for 2 hours. So if you're going to be doing this, just give yourself that at least 2 hour work time, or make it a day ahead of time. And so now we're just going to be rolling it out. And you want it to be a little uniform. So if it's going to be a 1/4 inch, you want it to all be at a 1/4 inch. I don't have a montage to quicken this up. Okay. So this feels pretty uniform. This is going to be the top to our pies. Okay. Let's see what the people are saying, if they're saying anything. Bye, Kombu Bear. Oh my God, how do you remember me? It's me, Kombuber. I used to be in every live. I don't remember Kombuber, but nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Merry Christmas. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to push all the way through. I'm just going to lightly measure and count out 12. Actually, I kind of do remember you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then I'll just go back through and push all the way through. Okay. And now we can basically take our edges here. And since we've cut a little bit, we can kind of pull these out. And throw it on our plots of other dough edges. Okay. Perfection. All right. So now I know we made a lot of filling. But it's okay because I'm going to can whatever I don't use, I'm going to can. So you can see that our dough kind of made it a little bit smaller. So we're just going to add a little bit to each one of these. It's just going to be a little teeny tiny flavor. So it's going to be hardly a spoonful. Okay. Perfection. Okay. So we didn't even use a lot of this. That's fine. Now we're going to take our tops here and we're just going to form it in to our little pie dudes. Okay, almost done. And then we're going to pop this in the oven. It's preheated still. And then if you like, you can do an egg wash over the top. I'm not going to do that today. I might just throw a little butter when it comes out on the top, just to kind of give it a little, but there we go. We're going to throw these in the oven. I'm going to throw them in there for 12 minutes. We'll see how they do. However, how long did that take? 75 minutes. Okay. I'm going to take my leftover dough and I'm just going to put it in a little, like we can make something with that, right? I'm going to throw it back in the fridge. And then I like to clean my workspace up with my bench knife. It gets any buttery, whatever, that's left on the counter. Scrapes it off really nicely. And throw that in the garbage. All right, what do you guys think? I know, I'm just drinking tequila and making food. That's all I'm doing. I have a thing to make later. Okay. All right, let's see what the people are saying. I should probably drink some more coffee. I know that everyone's kind of left, which is fine. Been a long thing. All right. Nice blue dress. Thank you, Miguel. Can't rush perfection. Merry Christmas. Mr. Nargis. Merry Christmas. I'm excited. We got less than 10 minutes. Let's take another shot. Am I really this oily looking? Oh well. Mr. Nargis, you and Mike both love rum. Although 2026 is the year that I am drinking champagne. Okay? I'm collecting champagne all year long. I don't know if you can, I think you can keep it shelf stable. But I'm getting a champagne rack. Not a wine rack, a champagne rack. I'm getting one. That's my goals. That's goals for my next year. What are your goals for next year? Cheers. Woo. It's an afternoon nap kind of day. I had to make like so many other little mini Popeyes. All right, let's go. Before I end the stream and listen to my disco music, I'm just gonna listen to some ABBA, maybe some Bee Gees, Donna Summer, Aretha Franklin. Who's partying with me? Let's go. I can't listen to it on YouTube though. They won't let me. Without like killing my stream. I'll end it. 7 minutes. That's good. Alright, you guys have my attention. Let's go. Conversations, topics. What do you want to talk about? You know what topic? I don't think I'm going to buy anything from Whole Foods anymore. Unless I abso-freaking-lutely have to. There's a weird vibration in the foods. Like, I got some ground beef from... Let me just preface this. It's really easy for me to stop by Whole Foods before I go home. So, let's just throw that out there first. But the ground beef that I got tasted like the beef that's in the Chef Boyardee raviolis. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it has this like texture. And it was ground beef. And I paid a nice amount for it. didn't taste good though. Like the texture. Not that it didn't taste good, it's just the texture wasn't rolling. So that's my topic. I'm not doing that no more. I ain't doing that no more. Okay, so this is gonna be beef broth eventually. I ain't gay no more. I am delivered. Probably shouldn't be drinking and be on live stream, but here we are. Oh, well. Okay, no, just don't fuck up. Don't fuck it up. I can say that because this is not for children. Making me hungry and all in all the best ways, obviously. Yes. Let's go. After I'm done doing my turkey pot pies, which, you know, for just me, that's a good few days of snacks. I also make a really nice lemon blueberry muffin, and it's all like a one pan. So I might do that as well. We'll see. I might just drink tequila and call it a day. Which is highly probable at this point. Because that's how I roll. Oh, I should... Mr. Nargis, I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out how to operate technology. I've had 2 shots too many. Otherwise, we could watch a movie. Not going to happen, I don't think. Not today, sir. Not today. Okay, let's see what the topics people want to talk about. Chef B has a strange texture for sure. Nothing better than down-home cooking. And the beef that I get from my local butcher shop is way, way, way better. It's just the convenience of going to Whole Foods on my way home is, I don't know. I don't think it's, I'm definitely planning around that now because that just was unpleasant. All right. I'm home alone for Christmas. And so you're seeing what I'm doing. I'm going to have to make some more pie dough in order to make more beef pot pies, which are almost done. 2 minutes. And let's taste it. Nice texture. Good flavor. The heat is coming from the ghost pepper. And the salt is not too salty. And the vegetables have a nice crunch to them. And there's still this really deep umami flavor that we had from long cooking the celery, poblano, onion, and mushrooms together. And you can see how it's cooked down. It doesn't look the most beautiful, but it's cooked down quite a bit, and it's added this depth of flavor into that gravy. I'm going to add a little bit more time to this because these. Let's give it 10 more minutes. And then we'll just check it on the way. Now today I'm going to actually be working on this. It's a zodiacal clock that my mom got for my son. And he never put it together. It's still unopened. And I was like, oh, maybe I should just sell it. And I was like, you know what? Instead of a puzzle, this year we're just going to put this time clock together. And it actually works. So you actually put it together and there's all the mechanisms in it that make it work. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then in the center here, there's all the zodiacs. And then you actually color, like all of these things are all colored. So I'm going to put those together as well. Just sounded fun. Something to do. I always like putting puzzles together. We need another tequila shot. Let's see. No worries, you're looking stunning this Christmas. Hubba hubba and stuff. What's your favorite food? Favorite color? My favorite color is blue. My favorite food. What is my favorite food? I don't know that I have one. If I was to live without something and I couldn't, it'd be a mix between steak and mangoes. Maybe sashimi. That's a good one. Sashimi. I don't know. Steak? It's so good. Steak is so good. Pour another shot. I know, it's ridiculous. This is how I roll. Now I need to go gambling. Somebody take me to the casino right now, because I can't drive. Let's go gambling. Never stop gambling. All right. Mangoes, mine too, yeah. Mango is definitely a fruit that I would be like, I cannot live without that. Other food. I mean, steak. Steak is so amazing. I just can't imagine life without it. It has to be good steak, you know? Like, I got this flat iron steak from the butcher shop the other day, and I never really get flat iron steak. And I made steak bites with it, and oh my gosh, my world is turned upside down. Like, I know that I paid, like, way more for that. I don't even know how much it was. It was a pound for $10. So maybe $9.99, $8.99. But the steak was so amazing. Jalapeno pizza is always a hit. Not always, but mostly. Yes, jalapeno. Okay, is it Hawaiian though with the pineapple and ham with jalapeno on it, Mr. Nagas? But that's good. I love that. Send me that. I'm ready for that every day. Maybe not every day. Not a big pizza person. Okay, well, cheers. Take another shot if you're shooting with me. Today we're having some silver tequila. All right, roast pork, like that. I made roast pork in the Instant Pot. How would you call it? Like a roast pork. I made it in the Instant Pot. How would you call it though? Anyways, it was so good. All right. Cheers. If you're drinking with me, I'm drinking tequila. This is kind of a big shot. Usually when I get this way, it gets to the tip of the glass. So, cheers. Woo. It sounds really good. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds good. It's all roasty sounding and everything. All that. Slow cooked anything doesn't fail, right? I wanted to make huli huli chicken and I never did, but I have all the ingredients for it. So maybe I'll do that. But there's something about being on an island where they're like spit roasting the huli hulis. That's amazing. Fight me on that. You can't. All right, my beauties. I'm going to take a picture and I'll send it to my live stream. This goes out to you, Kindred Angel. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, in case I don't do a live stream for New Year's, which who knows, I might. Right on the beach. Yeah, eating like a whole roasted huli huli chicken right on the beach is a fantastic, you know? Oysters. Raw oysters. I love that. I don't need to be rude, but my wealth and status make me a powerful woman. And yes, I do believe I'm above you. Jesus made me perfect. Okay, cute. You're adorable. More adorable than me. Enjoy your wealth and status that Jesus thinks is like nothing. Jesus literally said, like, it's easier for the camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man or woman to get into heaven. You're telling me you're above me. I'm having more fun than you, sweetie. Okay. Love you. You don't have to be here. You're hilarious to me. You make me laugh. My wealth and status tell me that I'm above you and Jesus made me perfect. And so that makes you less than me, okay? I probably should get off the internet. Is that enough internet for today? Oh my gosh, this lady. Thanks for the laugh. It was a beautiful thing. Well done. I don't think there's anything better besides beachside pork roast on the beach with oysters on the side. Dude, oysters are amazing. Although I think crab might be like up there. Steak, crab, oysters. If I was gonna like categorize the meats. All right. Well, with that said, let's pull these baddies out. They look beautiful. They're not roasty toasty on the top, but I can hear them on the inside. guys get our ASMR. Can you hear it sizzle? The timer's done. Those are going to be some baddies later. So I hope you guys got that ASMR crispy sound. I have to make more pie crust now, allegedly, because I have more pies to make, I guess. I don't know. Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Thank you so much for drinking tequila with me and making turkey pot pies. And I guess hanging out with the lower fruit of the world, according to Homeowner Association, the HOA 25 told me that her wealth and status make her a powerful woman and that she is above me because Jesus made her perfect. So my hats off to you. Love it. You go, girl. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and enjoy your families. And if you have time off, enjoy your time off. I have to go to work tomorrow, but I'm still drinking tequila today. I love you guys. Can smell the wonderful cooking. You look like you bake one hell of a pie, and yes, I do. These baddies. Let me see if I can pop one. Oh, I probably don't want to pop one out now, but let's see if one will loosen up. Okay, look at this. Like, if you saw this sitting on the kitchen table, prepared for your Christmas meal, you would bite into it and just be like, that's amazing. Guaranteed. I can't chat, but all right. Anyways, I love you guys. Enjoy your holiday. I love you guys so much. It did cook really quickly, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Love you, Kindred Angel. If you make